All right. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? It's a little after 2 p.m. Here, as promised, Eric from AHA, Americans How Americans and AMP Live, the American Mentee Program. I'm going to be your host for the AMP Live Real Estate Show. I'm Eric from AHA, Americans Helping Americans. One American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. That's our cause and mission, has been for a while. So hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing good out there. I want to talk to you about 30 Days to Success, Creative Real Estate Investing Made Easy, right? It's the AMP Live Real Estate Show. And we're going to talk about how the heck am I going to get a deal in the next 30 days? Unless you're rocking and rolling, cool. Then you need some help scaling that sucker up. Awesome. We talk about something else, one-on-one mentoring program. But for today and what we're going to talk about now, we got what's called the Founders Program. We're going to talk about 30 days to a deal. Think of it as a challenge. I challenge you. Say, hey, and you can challenge me. How can you help me get a deal in the next 30 days? Been talking to a lot of people since 2025 started. It's been a weird, different market with, wholesalers wanting to fix and flip and fix and flippers wanting to wholesale, and everybody want to do the novation thing. Maybe it's creative stuff. Maybe I want to buy and hold. So it's kind of a mixture of stuff that's kind of percolating inside of the, coffee pot. We want to call it the real estate coffee pot, right? So meeting some good people along the way as well. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up real quick. Put this, where's it at? I think it's right here. Register. Oh, there you go. Put the mug up there. Boink. So we're going obviously live. So this will be live and monetized across all social media. It's being streamed live on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all those different platforms. And then this is live and uncut. So there's not scripted. We're going to talk about how to get a deal in the next 30 days. I'm going to share with you how to, there's, the philosophy of adapt, adjust, and most are going to perish in this business as it starts adjusting. We're already seeing a lot of agents get out, a lot of real estate agents get out. People that were wholesaling and not doing deals going to get out. Creative real estate investing investors that maybe took some courses and did some training, moving on out. So there's a shift going on, and it just happens every cycle, right? Real estate is cyclical, so it does go in cycles, kind of like a wave, right? It goes up and down and up and down. And the goal is to keep riding the wave and jump on that surfboard, as we call it, surfing for deals. We're out hunting deals, right? Easy peasy, a little bit of elbow grease. Where you can find deals. People are doing it, and people are teaching it now. Obviously, we coined that term probably back in 2010, 11, 12, 13, where it's easy peasy, some manual stuff, surfing for deals, like kind of like driving for dollars, but you're using this right here. And there's a bunch of hybrids of it, of people using software. You can manually do it, copy and paste, and all kinds of cool stuff. It's easy. You're doing it on Zillow, Redfin, or not Redfin, but Realtor.com, some Redfin, looking for stuff, looking for on-market stuff. And we had a couple sessions in regards to, online versus offline market properties, gatekeeper agents versus unicorn agents, right? The submission is the mission, or the mission is the submission. Always get it backwards, right? But the bottom line, even though we coined that phrase too, saying what the hell is the mission to the submission, is obviously getting our submission from a seller when we make those phone calls, right? It's using a script. Yes, it's designed, and we hop around on that script in that lead gen form that's online or on your phone because it's mobile optimized, right? But it's what we share, that we show you. That's how you're going to get your deal. Believe it or not, it's how you're going to get your deal in the next 30 days. So we're going to show you how to find those deals, how to find them for free. And if you want to use some paid methods and you got some money to do that, awesome. We'll point you in the right direction, or help you, pick out the right ones, because there's different CRMs, different types of data. Not all data is equal, right? You got good data and bad data. And that could be a pain in the ass. Because I've been talking to several people, go, man, I've been calling, all these numbers are jacked up, or it's supposed to be a pre-foreclosure, but they said that was like a year ago. So that just means they're getting bad data, delayed data, depending on where they're getting it, because every CRM, every platform, I don't care if it's, they all got their APIs and they plug into the data, then use their algorithms to either clean that data and figure out what data is good based on their algorithms. They're all a little bit different. Pre-foreclosures are a little different because there's a disclosure state like California, Texas, non-disclosed. Florida has a little bit of like half and half, and it's kind of weird, right? Different places depending on where you're at in the United States of America. So depends on what you're doing. So Surfing for deals is easy, right? So people are teaching that. You can go to Zillow and you can try to find the on-market properties, or you try to find the fixers. You can go to Facebook Marketplace. You can go to Craigslist. Yes, believe it or not, crazy ass Craigslist. There's properties on there. People put those properties on there because they want to do what? They need to sell for a reason. So they're like, hey, I want to sell my property. Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff. You don't know who you're dealing with, but it's no different than Facebook, because you don't know who you're dealing with until you have a chit chat and you have a talk and maybe meet. Just be careful, right? Be super aware, right? Go with a friend and make sure you're safe. Okay, that's the most important thing. But that's part of the business, right? We're in the people business, so you're gonna want to vet people. You want to talk with people. We're gonna share with you 30 days. Once again, let me see. I'll pop this up right here. See if that comes up. So right there, you can scan that. Oh, that popped up. Okay, well, hey, beating the punch there. That is what it is. That's the promo we got. That's for the founder. That's actually from yesterday. That's still good up till, I believe, midnight tonight. We get 6 weeks of mentoring, coaching, things of that nature. You can. I'll bring it up. We'll honor it since it's still 24 hours. You have a founders program that we're going to talk about today, and that's one-on-one mentoring. It's not coaching. It's not a coach a week, or it's not a call a week. It's not a call a month or something like that, right? It's literally one-on-one mentoring 24/7 if needed. Realistically, I know we're not going to do business at 3 o'clock in the morning, but unless I'm awake at 3, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, yeah, I might shoot you a text, right? You might shoot me a text. It's okay, because we got a deal on the line that we got to go close, or we got to work with the seller, or something's happening, right? You need answers. That's the beauty of the American Mentee program, which I'm going to discuss with you and share with you a little bit later. And then I'm going to drop a proposal for you if you like what's happening and you like what it's about, and you're like, man, you know what? This is what I've been needing. This is what I've been needing for years. Or I wish I would have did this 2 years ago. Or I wish I would have met you 2 years ago. And I always say it doesn't matter. 2 years ago, you probably wouldn't have moved forward anyways, because you're stubborn. You're going to do what you're going to do, just like me. And some people are just like, they know, you know what? Oh, this is what I need. This is where I'm going. I boom, shortcut that sucker, right? Save 2 years of spinning the wheels. I know if you jump aboard the Founders Program with us, you're going to save anywhere from 2 to 3 years of spinning those wheels. So let's just get into it, right? Finding a deal, 30 days. How are you going to find a deal in the next 30 days? I'm going to drop some pro tips and stuff and some information that can help you in today's market. Now, obviously, people are going to Zillow, and there's certain like filters and things that you're going to do. Zillow's cool because they have certain things, and then Redfin and Realtor.com have certain things. They're all free, obviously. If you're going to start off, and make sure you just learn the mechanisms of what they are. So Zillow kind of has their low, medium, and high. They got certain properties that you may not see on other platforms, and vice versa. Redfin breaks stuff down by square footage, and some of their numbers, or I should say their Redfin estimates, are a little bit better than Zillow. Zillow kind of uses the areas, and sometimes you would think they'd be within a mile radius, but they're not. And it's a software. They don't know the condition of the properties, right? Unless they're reading it in the content, or the actual description of details and things of that nature. Realtor.com, not bad, right? You can still find stuff there too as well. But what you're trying to do is find those fixer-uppers. They do have a feature too, right? It's like for sale by owners. Hunt for the for sale by owners. Hunt for those ugly properties. Properties have been on the market for a long, long time. And then work some offers, right? You can get their information. You can give them a call and then try to work it, underwrite it. So there's things that you can do there. If it's on market, then obviously you're looking for those, 3 to 6 months to 1 year listings. I mean, we're talking one gentleman listed for a year. Properties listed for a year, and no bites. We're trying to help out a gentleman in Inland Empire. People are going to be stubborn, right? It's pre-foreclosure, trying to help them out, give them some money. But it's like, hey, people are like that, right? God says I should only get $10 and I should only get $10. I said, well, you go to foreclosure, you're not going to get anything. God's not going to give you no $10. Nobody's going to give you $10. You're going to lose the property, right? Get something instead of nothing, right? I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass to get some money. Well, hey, you know what? You're a stubborn man, stubborn person. There's not just men, but women too, right? I think women are a lot smarter than men, right? They're going to say, I'll take my loss. Pay me, give me some money, do this, this, and this for me, and you got a deal. Yeah, right? Let's rock, right? Unless they actually, they got a family and there's kids, and then you're going to try to, become an advocate and go go to battle with the bank, with the lenders or whoever, and try to help them out any way you can. But it's no different than trying to help out a man or a gentleman who needs some help. But they got to get that shit unclogged out of their brain and get realistic, right? And say, look, what are you going to do, right? Some have families, some don't. Some are elderly, some are younger. And, just got to let that pride go, right? It is what it is. Just a piece of property. It's just a material piece of property. I get it, if it is what it is. But if you put yourself in that position, that's on you, right? At the end of the day. And whether it's probate, it happens with probate too, right? Inherit the property, and I don't want that property. I don't want to fix it. I don't want to clean it up. I want to sell it, or I don't want to fix it up. Shit, my mom lived in there forever, and it's a POS. Shit, the walls, it's obsolete. It's what do you call obsolescence? It's not even a functional house. We got to knock down walls and do this and all kinds of stuff, right? Developer type of contractor may want it, or investor, right? Unless the family's going to put in all the money to do what needs to be done to bring it up and then resell it. A lot of times, in the probate world, they get a turd and put a little lipstick on a pig and they want full market value, right? It's not going to happen, right? Everybody wants their money and the heirs want their money, but it just doesn't happen. So think of it that way. All those types of properties that I just named or shared with you are on Craigslist. They're on Marketplace. They're on Zillow. They're on all those free platforms. You go to PropStream and pull up and stack those lists, right? With all the issues, the more problems, the more money you're going to make if you are what? An expert in solving problems. If you're an expert in providing solutions for those problems, because you should get paid and compensated for doing that, right? And that's the beauty of creative real estate investing, right? So that's not just like this 30 days to a deal. That's not about wholesaling. Wholesale is a one-trick pony. If it comes down the wire, let's wholesale and make a friend, right? And then do a few more. Or can we go straight to a sub-2 deal? Yes, your first deal, when you're working with us in the first 30 days, it's actually a 6-week program. And then we're going to honor 3 months of coaching. So it'll be one-on-one mentoring for 6 weeks to help you get a deal. And then in the process, if you need help with setting up your systems, we'll point you in the right direction, tell you about the good and the bad and the ugly, what CRM you're going to use, what data is good, what data sucks, right? What skip tracing is good, but yet the data is pretty good with this software, and we've tested them all. Not all of them, right? There's always new stuff coming out, and a lot of white label stuff comes out, but the main ones that are the players out there, we've tested them. We know what they're about, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as well as what's what I'm looking for. All the bells and whistles are not all the bells and whistles, right? Which one do you want? Which one do you want to start off with, right? It's totally up to you, but we'll point you in the right direction. Unless you come aboard our one-on-one mentoring program, it's a bigger program and it's more about getting you scaled up for your business, then that's an option too. All you got to do is book a call, I believe. I think I can pull that up right here. Let me see. I think it's here. There you go. Should come up. Nope, right there. This is kind of cool. So right there, I believe it's right here. You can book a call. Right there, scan that QR code. Book some time with myself and my team. We'll talk with you. We'll chat with you. See if it's a good fit for the one-on-one mentoring. Either way, pick the brain. I wish I had something like that where I can just say, I'll scan this QR code and talk to this guy because I'm got some deals I want to run by him, or I'm trying to do this, or it's a beautiful, lovely thing, right? Until it's not. Until it's things change, right, for everybody at the end of the day. But I'm Eric Jimenez, and that's our cause and mission for AHA, Americans Helping Americans. One American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, right? Powered by Amplified Media. That's a media and broadcasting and marketing company, which powers our American Mentee program. That's what we do. This is obviously 30. You can scan that QR code. It's the 30-day challenge. It's not even a 30-day challenge. What this is the Founders Program, 30 Days to Success, Creative Real Estate Investing Made Easy. Right now, you got to remember, if you don't know, it's okay. But if you do, know wholesaling is creative real estate investing. It's just a creative way where you're selling the paper, right? You're selling the paper to an investor. And every contract is technically assignable unless it says non-assignable, right? So you're good to go. You don't even got to put and/or signs, but we'd like to put and/or signs in there simply because we want to make sure that it is being said, that it is there, that it is proper to us, and we're conveying, and we have a mutual agreement amongst ourselves, right? A meeting of the minds, so to speak. So even if it didn't say and/or signs, and it didn't say, non-assignable, you can still use that contract. You can still assign that contract. You might have to put in an addendum, or maybe title escrow might want you to put something in that says that. Who knows? Depends on what they want. And then you just, once you get a template, then you just boiler template, then rinse and repeat, keep on doing it as long as you're doing business in that area, right? So beautiful, lovely stuff, right? Wholesaling is creative real estate investing, subject to existing financing, seller financing, rent to own, lease options, all that good stuff is considered creative real estate investing. Either whether it's a single family property, commercial property, a strip mall, land, it doesn't matter, as long as you're putting together a creative deal with the seller, right? And either you're going to do something with it yourself, or you're going to sell it off to another investor and sell the paper with a structured deal. If you can structure them, awesome, right? And we're going to help you structure awesome deals so you can make more money doing that based on the exit strategies. So you don't have to worry about, that's how you're going to learn, right? Your first deal might be a wholesale deal. Wouldn't it be awesome? Or it could be a creative sub-2 deal with equity, because we like sub-2 deals with equity. We're not into the ones that are $400,000 and we're going to take on the property that's worth $400,000 because just because it has a 3% interest rate, so what? At the end of the day, when the market takes a shit, all the equity is going to be gone to a degree. Well, there is no equity in the property, but as long as it pans out, if you can cash flow it, cool. Hold on to them sons of bitches and ride them out until the next cycle, right? That's a good thing. That's fine if you're able to do that. But if it doesn't, then, hey, property's going to go south. So you got to be careful about that stuff. Just underwrite. It's all about underwriting. I had a conversation earlier about, well, man, a lot of people putting in these deals, not closing, putting in deals, not closing. My mentor a long time ago, and it stuck in my mind, and it was maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Everybody, that was the jam, right? Because all this coaching and mentoring stuff and real estate, they're all trends, right? Whatever's trending. Hey, unicorn agents, on market, let's go off market, let's do creative, let's do sub-2, let's do lending, let's do hard money. Whatever the trend is, that's cool. I'm not one to be part of the trends. I'm usually like, I come after the trends, right? I've been like that with my wife and just people, right? The trend comes and I'm like, oh, fuck that trend. And then all of a sudden another trend comes and I'm straggling behind and, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. But I jump on the trend, when it's no longer a trend for whatever reason. Maybe it's a mental thing, right? I don't want to be crowded in with the sheep and everybody doing the same shit. I'd rather do the opposite, kind of like old school and new school, right? With real estate. When you're doing new school stuff, text marketing, AI, ringless voice message, all that stuff and technology is great. But guess what? Are there deals right now, old school wise, door knocking, calling, the letters and postcards and stuff like direct mail? Does that all work? Yeah, it's going to work better now because everybody's on that boat of the new school marketing and all that good stuff. But they're neglecting this other stuff. And it's not because doesn't work. It's because they're going to have a mentality going, well, this is the new stuff. Got to do this. And it used to be the 80-20 rule, right? 80%, or I should say 20% rock and roll and keep the doors open. Other 80% are rotating and come and go. It's more like 85-15 shit. 90-10 now, simply because people are lazy. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go do that. That's old school stuff. I don't want to talk to sellers. I don't want to negotiate. I can hire a VA to do that. Good luck. You'll figure out what's going to happen, right? At the end of the day, is there good and bad companies? Yeah. If you find the right company and you find the right people and you find the right VA, then cool. What happens when the VA goes bye-bye? Then your business goes to shit unless you have learned how to what? Bring your skill sets up, become the expert, and be able to go, hey, when the VA cannot do it, you're going to have to do it until you can hire somebody to replace them, right? So, you can rely on technology or you can rely on you. I always say I would bet on you 100%, no matter what, over the technology. And I would work with you until you become an expert, right? Because I know once you're an expert, shit, even if the world blew up, you can still go do deals if that was even a thing, right? Because if telemarketing, not telemarketing, but if the text and the ringless voice message and phones disappeared, right, you'd have to go old school. You'd have to use your mouth and your brain and your hand to write some contracts, right, to do a deal. Instead of all the AI and digital signatures and text marketing and phones and all that good stuff, right? It'll be belly to belly. The ones that will rock are the ones that have a skill set and are experts. The ones that are not, they're not going to be able to compete. There is no competition. Trust me, right? It's just not going to happen. So you should be the best, not at everything, just the best at negotiating a deal, because that's where you make your money, right? In contracts, clauses, negotiating the deal, the best deal. So here's the thing. This is my mentor said. You're probably like, well, get to the damn point. Here we go. You make your money when you buy the property. Okay. So you make your money, and do this real quick. Watch the video all the way through. Like and love. We appreciate it. You make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. Okay. And I was like, what does that mean? You make your money when you sell it. I take that stuff to the bank. Right? I can take that nice mean green to the bank when I sell it. He said, no, listen to me. Read between the lines, Eric. Okay. See the forest through the trees. Open up your mind a little bit. Here we go. So that was spirit hands, right? What the fuck is that? Excuse my French. All right, here we go. Right. So you make your money when you buy it. That thing's bugging right there. You make your money when you buy it. Pull this up too. Let's go for it right there. Scan the QR code, and then right now, here, lock in that. Boom. Get your spot further out. Cool. All right. Greater real estate investing. So you make your money. Let me go back. Sorry. What is that right there? Okay, do that. There you go, boink. You make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. So let's break that down a little bit. It's pretty easy. It's common sense, I would imagine, right? But for most people, and it was a big trend 5 or 6, 7 years ago, because everybody's saying it and doing it, and that's because everybody's fixing and flipping and fixing and flipping, and wholesaling, fixing and flipping, and the market's starting to shift and change. We're doing a lot of creative stuff, sub-2 stuff, seller finance stuff, and everything's kind of just coming up, which is fine. That's cool. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be what? It's going to be a big weeding out process. That's already happening right now, as you can see. But you make your money when you buy it. So what does that mean? Okay, if you buy it right, 50, 60, 65 cents on the dollar, 70 cents minus repairs. Okay, the last cycle, 60, 65 cents on the dollar, easy peasy, sell all day long. Sell those deals all day long. Didn't you have to worry about minus repairs, because they're going after properties built in 2000 and up. Even if it is an older property, 9 times out of 10, these are occupied. They're not all gutted properties. They're in nice areas, at least the inventory we were going after. So that worked. You know, it's changed a little bit. $30,000, $35,000 for rehab. People were happy. That was the average. Now it's okay, 60, 65, 70 cents on the dollar minus repairs. Got to minus repairs. That's smart, because you never know what's up. One property could be cool, 30,000. The other one could be 60, right? But we're going to help you break that down. We had some young bucks and gals and guys and gals come down and go, I don't know why my deals are not selling. Because your repairs are way off. You're not asking all the right questions when you talk with the seller, and the mission is the submission, getting all the information. You're not even going to the property, because you're either too lazy or you just don't know, right? That's nothing bad. I get it. Maybe you're working, a lot of stuff, but you got to follow the rules. You got to follow a process and systems, or you get stuck. And like, getting stuck by not selling the property, and then sending investors to the property. What happens? Well, hey, it's 60,000 in repairs, young man, not 30. How did you get 30? Heck, the house is, 3,000 square foot. You're going to lose faith. I guess the thing is, you're just going to lose trust in the buyers. They're not going to buy stuff from you. They're not going to take you serious, right? So you make your money when you buy it. Can you go up a little bit, Meyer? 73, 74, 75? Yeah, sure. If you got a buyer that says, I'll take 75 cents on the dollar minus repairs. Heck, I'll even do 80. I can do 85, right? That's cool too. That just means they're probably going to go subject to existing financing, or they're buying it for buy and hold. They're not worried about flipping it. They just want a little bit of equity, and they know they're going to clean it up, and they're going to rent that son of a bitch forever, right? Because that's part of their portfolio until they unload it down the road. So those things got to make sense, right? So it just depends on vetting your buyers. We're going to show you how to do that too. Once you get a deal, we lock up a deal, we're going to show you. We're going to run them. It's kind of same thing, gauntlet, right? We're going to run you through the gauntlet, or show you how to add or vet the buyers, vet the buyers, and make sure to see what their criteria is, right? I'm not going to get into that right now, but some are going to tell you some things like, let's bring me a good deal. Bring me a good deal. So what the hell does that mean? Bring out my crystal ball, right? Let's bring out the crystal ball. Okay, you're gonna know what exactly they want? No. All right, so let's get back to what my mentor said. You make your money when you buy it. So if you buy it right, what happens? Even if you have to dump it, you're gonna make money. That'd be wholesaling. If you're gonna fix it and flip it, if it stays on the market even a little bit longer, you got a 3 month, 6 month pad, you're still gonna make money. You're gonna make more money, right? If you buy and hold, then you're really ultimately gonna make tons of money because you're gonna have it forever and it's gonna cash flow for you and your family forever. And you keep it in the family or your business or business partners or whatever it is, right? Your portfolio. So you make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And you're probably, you can, semantics, we can go back and forth, can argue it all day long, but it made sense to me. Say, okay, make your money when you buy it. That's why you can go 70 cents minus repairs. Cool. Shit, I'd rather go 50, 60, 65 cents. And then I got some little extra pad, make some more money. And if I can sub to it and make some more money by putting it together and selling a better deal to somebody by using leverage, not having to go get a private hard money loan and then put down 20% or 10% plus come up with all that repair money. Yeah, you're still gonna have to come up with stuff, but you got a nice juicy loan. You do whatever you need to do with the seller, cash them out, and leverage, right? So I always say if you got some of these investors got 200, 250, 500,000 bucks and they're getting hard money loans, and they can do 2 or 3, depending on where they're at. Obviously the Midwest, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, and out here maybe 1, maybe 2 if it's under 5, 6, 700,000 bucks, right? But if you're using say you got 500,000, let's say you even got 250,000, you can probably do 1 to 3 deals without hard money. So it's a beautiful, lovely thing. Like I said, when you come aboard and you work with us, scan that QR code, let's chat, let's talk. But our challenges are not even a challenge, right? It's 30 days to success, creative real estate investing made easy, where we're going to share that with you, right? Your first deal, like I said, might be a wholesale deal. Awesome. Let's make 5, 10, 15, 20,000 bucks, do a split. Let's rock. Maybe it's going to be a sub 2 deal, right? Maybe it's a sub 2 deal and it has equity. You can get, so we're looking at 70, 75 cents on the dollar. We go up to 80, right? Even if it's 75, it's okay. It's 25% equity. Maybe you got 20% equity, right? When you leverage the property, it's different, right? Because you have to worry about the 15 to 20, 25% of the bottom line going to hard money, and then, the points, and then the payments, and then the 3 to 6 month pad, and the money you got to come up with. If you don't have all the money, then you got to have a bridge loan or a private money lender come in, unless they have the whole enchilada, right? Maybe you bring the deal, and then we can do that and bring the money to the table and work a deal, but it has to make sense, right? I always, for me, now that we mentor others, it's different, right? We partner up with them on the one-on-one mentoring program. This is a little bit different. This is 6 weeks of one-on-one mentoring, and then we're gonna coach you up to 3 months for free, right? Just to work with you, make sure you're rocking and rolling. You need help. If you decide you want to take on our one-on-one mentoring, where you get that, done with you, done for you type of program, where you want to build up your business and scale it up, we can talk about that and credit you towards that. That's how that works. But if you want to scan that QR code and chit chat, see if we're a good fit. But right now, doesn't matter as long as, you can scan that. We're bringing that down the wire. That was from yesterday. That is a promo that we had, and I'm still honoring that till midnight. But you can book a call right there. For the Founders Program, it's a little bit different. I'll go ahead and share that with you in a second. What time is it right now? We got about 28 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon, but I want to finish up with finding those deals, right? So if we underwrite those deals correctly, first and foremost, we got to lead generate, which I'm going to help you with the Surfing for Deals. That's free, not going to charge you for it. It comes with the program. We're going to show you how to blow up your phone, email, text, and all that good stuff by Surfing for Deals online. If you want to drive, that's fine. If you want to knock on doors, so it's some old school, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do, we'll put it on the table based on what you want to formulate. But when we all get in here, we're going to do some group coaching. One-on-one will be with us, and then jumping on some group coaching to see what's going on with everybody. And there'll obviously be a process to this, right? That's finding the deals, which is free. And then if you can do some paid stuff, no problem. Let's do some text marketing. Let's do some Ringland's voice message. I'm going to share what you need to do and where you can go to find the best of the best, the good, the bad, and the ugly, ones with all the bells and whistles and ones without the bells and whistles. You just need something standard, no problem. This is where you're going to go. It's kind of like Apple and Android, right? You got Apple, nice and beautiful and looks awesome, but it's locked up. They lock up their shit. Android, kind of clunky and junky, but you can go ahead and manipulate it, right? But it freaking works, right? You do a lot more. So it just depends on the techie or the one that's not so techie, right? I like the sexy stuff, or I like the, I want to, you know, do it yourself type stuff, right? Doesn't matter. There's CRMs like that. There's different types of CRMs. Some will allow you to text and some will not. Some you have to get applied for, you know, so we'll get into all that stuff. It's easy peasy. Don't worry about that. We'll definitely point you in the right direction. If you want to go after a certain type of properties, maybe it's single family, maybe you're trying to go after assisted living, maybe it's the co-living stuff, maybe it's sober living, maybe it's some Airbnb stuff, you know, maybe some buy and hold, single family, multifamily. Doesn't matter. We're going to cover it, believe it or not, in 6 weeks. We're going to cover a lot of ground. And it's going to be the first week is what we're going to do, and the second week, and third week, fourth week. I'm not going to bore you with the details. The bottom line is you're going to hunt deals. We're going to show you how to hunt deals, free and paid. We're going to get in there. Then we're going to start underwriting these deals together to see where the money's at, where everybody's going to get their own unique link that's signatured to them, right? So it could be Jim.Americans How Americans or .Make Me an Offer. Everybody will have that because we got to share with you the mission is the submission. Along with that mission is submission, right? On that form, we're going to do live role play. What that live role play is basically what I'm doing mentally and using muscle memory when we're training together, right? To show you, basically acts as a script, right? Without having to read a script, okay? But if you want the script, sure, no problem. You can try to read it, but it's better when we're doing muscle memory and we get in and we role play together and we knock that out and we rock and roll together. Because once you got it, then it's easy peasy. We unleash you onto the world. And then we start surfing for dollars, right? Hunting deals. So as you're hunting these deals, some people will fill this, send them the link, and they'll fill that out in the comfort of their own home, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Boink, you get a copy, we get a copy. Hot lead. Let's rock it. Let's underwrite it, okay? Because we're going to show you how to underwrite too correctly. So this way you're not making offers that are going to not sell, right? You make your money. Remember I said you make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it, right? Make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. I'm going to put this up real quick. So I believe this is the register one. You can register right there. I'm also going to pull this up here. Oh, whoops, sorry. Oh, wrong one. Is it here? Maybe it's right there. So if you have a hard time securing a deal, that's all over. Let's rock and roll together because that's our main goal is to help you secure your first deal and beyond. And if you already had a couple deals, but they went sour or went this way, or you're going like, man, I think I got to learn this other stuff. Hey, we'll analyze it with you. Kind of think of it as like a doctor, right? We're going to chit chat. We're going to talk and say, where are you at right now? And where do you want to be? Then we're going to go, let's do this, 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 and this based on your time frame. And then obviously we're going to get into it and we're going to coach. So it's going to be one-on-one for 6 weeks. There'll be up to 3 months of coaching. We'll be touching bases every week, you know, and jump on the calls that come every weekend and this and that, or not weekend, but, you know, like Saturday training. We'll have Mindset Money Monday, Wellness Wednesdays, things of that nature. But there'll be private calls with us in the group where we're rocking and rolling. So for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's what this is about for the Founders Program. Definitely get in it. Nobody's going to be doing any one-on-one mentoring with you, but we are, right? That's the American Mentee Program, and that's the program for Spring Awesomeness, right? So that is being launched. It's for today, Saturday, and Sunday. Jump aboard, knock it out, lock in your spot. 6 months of one-on-one mentoring. If you're wanting to get a deal, it's a beautiful thing. All we got to do is share with you on how to get one, then rinse and repeat. Think franchise, right? Think processes, think systems. They work, right? They don't fail. Machines don't fail. People do, right? Machines can break down, but then they get repaired by who? Yes, people, right? People that specialize in certain things. But if you become the expert, and I'm going to help you become the expert, and yes, I'm not going to lie. In the first 6 weeks, and then if we're coaching you a little bit longer, you're going to know more than the average agent, broker, and probably wholesaler out there. I guarantee it. You're going to fast track your business and career, and it's going to save you probably 1 to 3 years of spinning those wheels, because there is a process, there is a method to the madness. It's the Amplified method, the art of the deal, high trust selling with straight line selling. We bring them together. That is the Amplified method. And I'm going to share that with you to help you become the expert. That's the most important thing, right? Because if everything takes a shit, you still rock. Everybody else that's relying on this technology is going to disappear. Guarantee it, right? They got that conversation with an awesome dude. He's doing, I think he has a $100 million business, 9-figure business and things of that nature. And chatting is like, you know what? So the weeding out process, I get it. It's happening. We're starting to talk and going like, hey, you know that every cycle, you got the gurus, right? The gurus are here. Then the next cycle, only a few make it to the next cycle, right? And there are a few that have made it from the last cycle to this cycle. And it just goes in that direction, right? That doesn't mean you want to be, if you want to be a guru, then hey, at least you got to start somewhere, right? And we're here to help you with that and anything that you want to do, because it's always private and confidential when we're working together. That's the beautiful thing. We're all, when we do this and we're going to do the one-on-one, we are papered up and we get together because we're here to make it reciprocal and to help each other build each other's businesses. We bring the knowledge and all the other good stuff, and hopefully you can perform. And the byproduct is deals, right? That's where we make more money. That's why the point of entry is so low right now for what we're doing, because nobody wants to do it. But I decided, just like when I decided to launch AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and then even AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, where it's one of the only programs where we mentor you one-on-one for 6 months, partner up for 6 deals, and you got up to 12 months to do that, and we're rocking and rolling, done for you, done for you. That is, if you're ready for that, then cool. Just if you got my information, or get a hold of somebody, get a hold of us, and we'll chit chat and we'll talk. That's something a little bit bigger on the horizon for you. Then let's do it. This is going to be, look, I don't care if you're brand new. I don't care if you're a real estate agent, broker. I don't care if you've done some deals or haven't done some deals. I don't care if you're a mom, dad from 18 to 88. Doesn't matter, right? As long as you're going to show up to the party and you take action, you're going to follow through and execute. I guarantee you're going to get results. And then we're going to talk about those results. If they went bad, then we're going to talk about it. What happened? What didn't you do? What processes didn't you follow, right? Because it's like a recipe. You have to follow the recipe. The recipe I'm going to give with you, we're going to work together one-on-one with, right? And then you're going to execute it and then test it in the market. It's not even testing. You're going to do it in the market. Now, if you follow the recipe, the end result is going to be a nice, delicious, whatever it is that we're cooking, right? Which is a deal. Nice, delicious deal. What'll happen is if you skip a step and I don't think I need to do this, or I'm afraid to ask this question, or I'm afraid to do that, or I don't think I want to do that, or I'm afraid to, or I don't feel comfortable, then you're going to have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable so you can rock and roll. I'm telling you, that's just the process, right? You need to do it. And I'll know whether you skip steps or, because we'll have a conversation. We're going to talk about it. Why didn't you get the contract? But you got to remember, in the first six weeks, right, we're going to be working together. It would be myself or someone on our team that's going to be working with you hand on hand to help you lock up that deal. That's a beautiful thing, right? We want to get that deal locked up. You know why? Why? Because we're going to get paid too. You're going to get paid. We're all going to get paid. Unless you're like, no, just coach me. I'm good to go. Cool. Then, all right. If you don't get the deal and you fall on your face, hey, nothing we can do about that. But we know you got a better chance working with us and us guiding you, so you can at least listen, have it downloaded into your brain, muscle memory, and then the second one, third one, fourth one, keep on rocking and rolling, right? You don't have to partner up with us unless you want to. If you lock them up, sell them to us, or vice versa, we're here to, I would think that if someone helped me, I'd be loyal to that person. That's just me. Integrity and loyalty, right? And communication. Communication can break down because we got families, you got families, we all got families. And integrity and loyalty, once you break those, it's like, man, forget it. There's no reason for us to do business. But I know I wouldn't do that to you. It's been done to us before. I'm not gonna lie. We've been burned, and people have done stuff, or I'm not gonna get into it. It is what it is. It comes with the territory in any business, right? But it happens. So we'll be there for you no matter what. You're not going to be left behind. We're going to work with you, even if even if it's not part of the process, even if it's not something that we will do with the 6 months of one-on-one mentoring and the 90 days of coaching and getting you all lined out. If you decide you want to step into our one-on-one exclusive one-on-one mentoring program, the American Mentee Program, cool. Like I said, we'll credit you. We'll step into that and we'll help you blow up your business, because then you're ready to rock, right? You got a taste of what a deal is. You got a taste of doing a wholesale deal. Shit, like I said, your first deal might be subject to existing financing and might buy your first house. We're talking with a young man, and he's like, I'm not going to mention any names, right? Because he talks to a lot of people. But he's like, wow, I'd love to see if I could buy a house on terms. No problem. That's what we did with Steven. Steven saw the writing on the wall, watched the video one time, boom, had a 15-minute call. Where do I sign up? Boom, we're done. 60 days later, he's in his house hacking, right? And then hunting deals so he can wholesale. Main thing is that he wanted to get a house. He needed help with that, negotiating. How do I get that? How do I buy that house with with some terms, or learn some skill sets to get an awesome deal. So he can get an awesome deal, jump into the pad, house hack it, 1 year, go get another house, go buy that house, and then rent out that one and keep house hacking, right? Build his little portfolio so he can retire in 4 or 5 years. Doesn't matter, however, that's the slower way, but you can still do it. Of course, it is what it is. It depends on whatever you're wanting to do. And that's the ultimate game plan, because we got to have a game plan. We'll formulate a game plan. Even when we're doing this on a group coaching type of environment, it doesn't matter, right? Because after the 6 weeks of one-on-one, we're going to be one-on-one. And we'll do group coaching as well if you want to be a part of that. Some people will do, some people don't. I get it. It's okay. And then 90 days of coaching will be based on group coaching and things of that nature. Just stay in and tap in and stay connected and move forward, right? And let's rock deals together. So it's a very simple process. If you have not got a deal yet, then, there it is. Scan that QR code, lock your spot in, and let's rock. Let me see what I got here. I'm not going to move to anything else except that we do be part of our Saturday. Oh, this is what I was going to say. So that's something special. Let me see if it's here. Oh, it's not in this one. Okay. Guess not. I was in the other slides. But we have this weekend. Okay. We usually got Saturday training during the day. So you do your Saturday training, and we get in. What we're going to do is been wanting to for a while. Mr. Ray wants to do the door knocking and build the door knocking team. So if you're a young cat and you want to learn this stuff, want to get yourself a t-shirt and stuff, right? And, whoever can get an appointment at the door, we're going to be offering up Uber cards and things of that nature, food, or we break bread and eat. And, don't worry, it won't be like my uncle. Uncle, he's a slumlord and investor and all that good stuff, right? And he's like, we'll just pay him in cheeseburgers, right? I'm like, are you serious? He goes, yeah, pay all my workers in cheeseburgers. He's just being an asshole. He's just kidding. He'd pay them all up anyways, but he'd buy them lunch and all that good stuff. Take care of the guys, right? So he's a good guy. It is what it is. But I was just kidding about the slumlord thing. Maybe when he first started, right? Because he had some crazy laws. It was a long time ago, right? And they do some crazy stuff that you can't do today because it's illegal, and you end up getting in trouble for all the crazy stuff that they did back in the day, right? That's why they got laws and stuff now, right? But take care of your people, right? No matter what. We'll break bread. We'll talk. We'll chat. Get you out there. Yes, it's going to be door knocking, okay? So, but we'll pull up the data. There'll be awesome, juicy leads. We'll go to the door. We'll get you trained if you want to do that, or, if you know people. But that's going to be part of it. Even if we're here. Even if you want to build a door knocking team somewhere else, and you're watching this video and you're in Florida, the Midwest, or Texas, or Oregon, or Washington, or something, maybe even, Canada. I'm just kidding. Right. But you get the gist. But if you wanted to do your first deal, scan that QR code, lock in your spot. It's for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, I believe. I'm not sure what's on that QR code, but I believe it was either just a register so you can do the application, see if we're a good fit, or it is the offering. If it's not the offering, I'm going to go ahead and put that offering up for you, which we never do. What the hell? Okay. All right. That's a little weird. Okay. So it looks like we're blowing up a little bit here. So as far as like the codes and scanning, so let me put this right here. Where is it at? Try that one, lock in, see what that one is. Tech guy sets this stuff up, so a lot of times I know what it is, but sometimes I don't. Okay, that's for the one-on-one mentoring program, exclusive mentorship. Someone scanned, appreciate it, thank you. Exclusive mentorship with Eric, real estate investing strategies. That's for a one-on-one mentoring program, where we mentor you one-on-one for the next 6 months. We partner up for 6 deals up to 12 months. We extended it all the way up to 12 months, so we'll continue to work with you for 12 months to rock deals and help you scale and build your business. At the same token, it's a done with you and a done for you program. What does that mean? Done with you means we're going to be in the trenches. We're going to be working deals together. We're going to be at the kitchen table. We're going to be working with sellers and buyers and investors. We're going to show you how to build your buyers list. I'm going to show you how to build a private bank of money to do deals if you want to fix, flip, buy, and hold, right? Our resources are going to be your resources. Lending, private money, traditional real estate agents, brokers, all that good stuff, right? Anything that we have with title and escrow, ways that that we use, that I use for the A-list and selling properties and dispo and acquisitions and things of that nature. We're going to share with you. Proprietary information we're going to share with you as well. So it's a beautiful, lovely thing. It's going to help you get up and running very quickly. That will save you 3 to 5 years of spinning your wheels. Kind of reminds me when I got started with my mentor, right? If I didn't meet his butt, I wouldn't have learned, probably wouldn't have gotten out of the wholesaling thing, and wouldn't have, took on my first fix and flip or buying holds and things of that nature, because he kept pushing me. Let's go. Come on. When are you going to buy them? Why don't you just buy that property? You can take it down. No, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. I want to keep putting money into my business, blah, 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 right? But at the end of the day, I learned creative real estate investing, right? I learned subject to existing financing. I learned lease options and rent to own from his butt, because that's how I met him, right? So, but I brought tremendous value to him, which means money. So as I always say, what did I pay? Because nothing's free, right? He had to pay for it for 40 years. And, he's owned apartment buildings in Manhattan Beach and all that good stuff. Got tired of getting sued by the Richie Rich and went up to the high desert. And that's where I met him. He's just fixing and flipping properties and things of that nature, right? So you even meet people now, you never know who you're going to meet, right? And just got to ask, right? Got to ask. So you want to go to lunch? Ask. I don't do lunch, but, you can ask at the end of the day, or vice versa, but I love meeting people, love talking with people, love helping people. That's part of what we do. But you scan that QR code. That's for the one-on-one. That's not what this is all about today. What this is all about today is this one. Let me see if I can bring it up. That was going to be the first one, right? No drama, just deals. Join Amp Live's 30-day real estate challenge, right? Now, I'm not sure where that scan goes either, but I'm going to pull it back up here to what I promised you. And that is the 30 days to success, creative real estate investing. That's not the one, because that is from yesterday. It's actually this here. Scan that QR code, and I'm going to bring up the other one, and I'm actually going to share it with you. I usually don't. That's usually reserved for like a webinar of some sort, and it's private and all that good stuff. But you know what? It's okay. Things are changing. Times are changing. It's okay. We're almost up to about 48 minutes here. What other value can I give you except for the stuff that I've dropped and finding those deals? I'm going to share with you on how to underwrite them. In other words, we're going to buy them right? You make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. And then we're going to underwrite those correctly. I'm going to work one-on-one with you and others as a group team, where we're going to do some role play so I can show you. The mission is the submission. You get enough submissions, we're going to turn those into appointments, and then we're going to turn those into offers and into deals, right? If we can write those offers contingent upon inspection, then we're going to do it. So scan that QR code, let's chat, let's talk, and let's see if we're a good fit. And even if we're not, it's okay. Maybe it's not right now, maybe it's later, or either, you know what, hey, you got something, something easy peasy for me? Sure, we can talk. Well, however I can help you, however we can help you, let's do it, right? But today, we got the Founders Program. It's 30 Days to Success, Creative Real Estate Investing Made Easy. And I'm going to pop that up in a second. All we ask is take care of the hard cost. It's one-on-one mentoring for 6 weeks, right? That means we're going to work together. We're going to do the underwriting. We're going to show you how to find the deals. We're going to show you the mission to the submission and the art of the deal and how to get all that information, opening the call, getting the information, closing the call, the motive of, so what I'm looking for. We're qualifying, and this is the thing, I'll share it with you, right? We're qualifying the seller and the buyer's investors, not the other way around. I'm going to show you how to do that, get everything from birth until now, break down that wall with the sellers and buyers and investors. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Let them go. Let them go with somebody else, because it's a red flag, right? You don't want to work with the red flaggers. I'm going to share that with you. Also going to be able to share with you on, once you get that deal, what we're going to do and how to set the appointment. I'm going to work with you on how to set that appointment. Then if we got to go valley to valley, guess what? We're going valley to valley if you're in California. If you're anywhere else in the United States of America, no problem. We're going valley to valley anyways, right here, okay? I'm going to share with you on how to walk the house, the art of walking the house, the art of walking the deal, the art of presenting the deal. And then I'm going to show you how to do this high trust selling with straight line selling. We call it the Amp Live method, right? Where the seller is selling us after we drop those seeds in the back of their minds, right? And once we do that, and we do have a funnel that I'm going to share with you. So it's going to be just like the one-on-one mentoring program, just a condensed version. But the goal here is to get a deal. To get a deal in the next 30 days. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3. It doesn't matter. We can lock up as many contracts as you can freaking handle, and then get them sold. We'll buy them from you, or we'll run them through the network. But at the same token, I always say, look, when you have a good deal, buyers come out of the woodwork. Because people, I was reading some stuff and hearing from some other people, hey, you need to get a buyer first. You need to get a buyer's list first. Sure. If you like, it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Do I go after deals or go after buyers? Both, right? They both came first, the chicken and the egg. Maybe not, right? But it's all right. You get the gist. Go after, do both simultaneously. Let's move forward as you grow, right? So as we move forward and you get a deal and we get an appointment and we get a contract, then the marketing comes. And I'm going to share guerrilla marketing with you, what type of templates we use. You can adopt them or not, or create your own. It's okay. It's not rocket science with that stuff, but we do have to have something. You have pictures and video all in one shot, and it's not about going back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to show you how to do this on one call, and then make a second call, set the appointment. Third, writing the offer at the house. We're either going to write the offer on the phone and make it contingent upon inspection, then to go do an inspection. Make sure the house is not burnt down, right? Or it's land or something that the seller didn't know, you know, so we're going to check that out. If we got to go belly to belly, is which we'll make a lot more money, and it doesn't matter because you're thinking, oh, maybe we're just going to go wholesale it, or there's not enough money to wholesale it. I'm going to share with you on why and where the money's at. We go to the appointment. I'm going to show you the funnel and how we flow. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 9 options for the seller. If we can't lock it up, it's okay. They're just truly not ready, but they, you know, for whatever reason, or maybe it's something you did, we did, whatever. But I can tell you, if you follow the process and you follow the process, we're going to get a contract of some sort. And if we don't, it's okay. It's either you skipped a couple of steps or something happened, or just, hey, maybe we skipped something when we look at it. That's why we evaluate it, right? Once it's done, we look at it, we talk about it, and then we fix it, and then we move forward, right? That's how you're going to learn this stuff, right? One-on-one, doing it, actual emotionally and touching it and smelling it and being there. That's how the memory works, right? But and then we harness the good stuff. Bad stuff we throw away, say don't do that again, right? Okay, so scan that QR code and we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up right now because I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Let me check the chat. I'm going to put my little rock and roll in here. Check what? Check rock and roll register. Okay. Howdy, howdy. Start. Wonderful. That is true. All right. And this is for Saturday, today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the special bonus here is going to be, I got some surfing for deals for you. You can scan the QR code or ask, and we'll get it to you. That's going to help you find deals, even if you don't come aboard and decide to work with us. But I say, what do you have to lose? What do you have to risk, right? It's time to take some risks in life, right? It's time to do those things, because without risk, you're not going to be able to enjoy the other things that other people have that you don't have or want to have. It's just the way it works. It's the way of the world. Unfortunately and fortunately, right? I should say fortunately, because we're all extraordinary beings at the end of the day. I'm not going to get too philosophical, but the bottom line is that you are good enough to do this, right? If you can read, you're good enough. You're good to go, right? We can do this. If you can follow directions, we're good to go. If you can punch your way out of a paper bag, we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up so you can see my eyes, and I'm going to close this thing up real quick, but you won't be left alone. We're also going to plug in, like I said, there's some stuff that the onboarding takes about 24 to 48 hours to get you on board and get you rocking and rolling. We will, that was that airplane. We'll go ahead and put you in the platform. We're going to work together, and we're going to do the 6 months one-on-one mentoring. We're going to coach you for up to 3 months. We're going to help you do deals. We're going to work with you to do deals. We're going to help you underwrite deals. We're going to help you get contracts. Our goal is to help you take a lead to an appointment, to an offer, to a deal, right? Once you get a deal, then we got to do the marketing and all that good stuff. And then now you're going to have something, right? Now you're going to have what's called a bag of gold. That's the lovely thing, right? And one of my mentors said, hey, don't you want to turn that bag of gold into some mean green? I'm like, yeah. All right. How do we do that? Well, you got that bag of gold and you're going to push it to investors, right? Because when you got a deal and it's a good deal, if you bought it right, then investors are going to come out of the woodwork. It doesn't matter what you tell them. Here's the deal. Here's the spread. Of course, you know, they're going to jump on it, but at the same token, it's your job to do what? You're going to learn some dispo. You got to learn how to sell it. You got to learn how to talk to these investors and qualify these investors, because they're going to tell you a bunch of shit. The experienced ones are going to say, just send me a deal, send me a deal, send me a deal, and they'll hammer on you until you give up, right? I'm going to share with you and show you the same thing, right? Red flaggers. If they're red flaggers, go. right? But we'll give them 3 chances, just like Dumb and Dumber, right? We'll give them 3 chances to redeem themselves, right? And if they do, awesome. We'll put them on the A-list and we'll work with them, or your A-list. I'm going to share with you, right? Our A-list, how it works, but it's going to be your A-list. And then these are your deals and they're your buyers. Nothing belongs to us. It's all yours, right? Take it and do what you need to do with it, right? If you want to stick around with us and you like what we're doing and you're a loyal person with integrity and loyalty and you want to, you know what, I want to work with you guys. I want to help. Thank you for helping me build my business and send you deals, right? That means we did our job. We did what we're supposed to do, right? We built a relationship for the long term. And if not, that's okay too. We're not going to take it personal. Bottom line is go do what you need to do. And that's fine, right? But you're going to take that bag of gold, show you how to market it, get the investors to come in and buy that sucker, whether it's cash, terms, or, hard money, traditional, it doesn't matter. They're going to go ahead and take that bag of gold and then cash in and then turn it into a bag of mean green, right? Close of escrow, get that sucker closed, whether it's a wholesale deal, sub-2 deal, fix and flip, buy and hold, doesn't matter. We'll work with you on whatever you're trying to achieve, right? Most everybody usually wants to do a wholesale deal of some sort, right? Until they don't, or they do enough of them, but it is a hamster wheel, right? You can build a business like that, of course, no different than a brokerage, like having a broker, right? Then you have your real estate agents, listing agents, buyer's agents, right? You got your lenders in the middle, you got your coordinators and all that good stuff. So, it's all relevant to private sector and public sector. That even makes sense. If it don't worry about it. The bottom line is we're going to work together. I'm going to pull it up right now. Like I said, it's good for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you see this video, we will honor it, or you see it anywhere, because a lot of times these videos are out there, but then they disappear, or for whatever reason we take them off, or they stay up there live and uncut, and then they get chopped up and monetized and pushed off to social media, okay? So definitely take advantage of it right now. I'm going to pull it up, scan the QR code. If you're game or you see this down the road, let me see where it's at. Okay, this is for mentoring, one-on-one, 6 weeks, 3 months of bonus coaching, which is something that we usually, it's just 6 weeks of coaching, and you get a call a week, and it's videos and PDFs and all that other good stuff, right? And it's kind of like do-it-yourself program. You go do your own thing. But this is a hybrid. This for Saturday, for today, Saturday and Sunday only, right? There it is. Take care of the hard costs. We're going to mentor you one-on-one for 6 weeks. We're going to coach you up to 90 days. And that's not like, oh, if I don't get a deal, can you still work? Yeah, look, we're going to work with you until you get a deal, of course. But we decided just to add the 3 months of coaching because you're going to need it. What happens when you get a second deal or a third deal, right? Maybe it's a probate deal. Maybe it's a sub-2 deal. Maybe it's a fix and flip. And if you're just going all wholesale, that's cool. That's going to be on you. Whatever dead leads you don't have, we might want to take a look at those. Let's take a look at all those dead leads that didn't fit into the wholesale, strategy, right? And, oh man, okay, let's look at those. What can we do with this? What can we do with this? If you're willing to do it, we look at it, underwrite it, go, this could be a good sub-2. Let's get them back on the horn. Let's bring them back and turn it into some money, right? Because what you don't know is what you don't know, but we do. And eventually you will know because you're going to go, I smell that now. That does smell like a sub-2, and you're going to learn this stuff, right? Firsthand. So it's a beautiful, lovely thing. At the same token, yes, we're going to point you in the right direction with all the systems and stuff, right? CRMs, text, ringless voice message, because you need leads. Without leads, then you're dead in the water, right? You have to have leads to be able to set appointments and then be able to make those offers and in-house or belly to belly, and then be able to take that deal, that bag of gold, right, and market it. It's going to help you build the buyer's list. You only need 5 solid, juicy ones, but you keep on working them because it's the 80-20 rule, 85-15 rule, right? You got to keep going, keep bringing them in and talking with people and building relationships, right? The same token, eventually you're going to want to maybe fix, flip, buy, and hold. And you see a track record. Once you see a track record, I'm going to show you. I'm going to touch on it. A little bit of building your own bank, right? Where you have some private money, do some deals and things of that nature. And if you decide you want to move into the one-on-one mentoring program, help you scale your business, then great. That means we did our job. Got you in our little ecosystem, and we'll rock. If not, that's okay too, right? So there it is. Scan the QR code. If you see this, it's a one-time offer pretty much for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. There was one last night that I believe expires. So if you see that, jump on it for yesterday. Expires at midnight. today. This is today, Saturday and Sunday only, right? Once you lock in your spot, then the following week, we'll get you all onboarded. We'll go through everything that we need to get through, and then we'll have our first call and our first jam on that Monday, and we'll get rocking and rolling, right? Get that clock ticking, tick, 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 so we can go get some deals, okay? It's going to be a lovely, lovely thing. I'm excited, Shed. I'm excited for you. If you watch this video, watch it all the way through, scan the QR code, and lock in your spot. Once you do that, all you got to do is send a simple text to us or DM of some sort. We'll know, and then we'll be in touch. And then obviously onboarding is going to take care of you. It takes about 24 to 72 hours because we still use human beings. It's not all AI'd out quite yet, right? But we use human beings to set you up, get you onboarded. You'll get some simple emails with the micro goal sheet, right? And that's just going to be a synopsis of what's going to transpire and happen. Plus, we need to have what? We need to have a target. We need to know what you're wanting to accomplish, right? And this next, 6 weeks plus another 3 months of coaching, right? So you got to share that with us. Everything's kept private and confidential. Nothing's ever shared with anybody unless you want to share stuff with us, like your benchmarks. I go, I got a deal. I wrote a contract, and it could be anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's not a race, right? Just remember that. The main thing is that you understand what you're doing and understand the concepts, and then we move forward, right? If you don't, we're going to keep on working with you until you get it. You need some videos to reiterate that stuff? Cool. Only after we've done some coaching and some mentoring one-on-one. Still don't get it, kind of iffy here, no problem. Watch this, watch them, study, we'll break it down, and we'll make sure you're not left behind, right? It's a beautiful thing, beautiful, beautiful thing. And it works, okay? Muscle memory works and the hand-holding works, right? Byproduct is deals. And once you learn how to do that, rinse and repeat, boom, 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 let's rock and roll. It's going to be an amazing thing. It's an amazing feeling. When you get your first deal, do me a favor, okay? With your permission, or not even long, this is going to be, I guess you don't need my permission. I would suggest that when you do your first deal, go do something you've never, ever done before, okay? Go spend $300, $400, $500 on a dinner. Take your mom and dad to dinner. Take the whole familia to dinner, right? Go do something. Go to a resort or something and get a taste of the juiciness, right? Of what it feels like to do that. And not worry about it. Just go do it. And then whatever's left over, put it back in your business, rock and roll. You need some help. You need some guidance. We'll point you in the right direction. Or you come aboard and work with us exclusively to expand and grow your business, okay? That is my offer to you. That is my promise to you. We won't leave you hanging. You won't get left behind. As long as you take action, I guarantee you're going to get results. I can promise you that, because that's what happens. But you have to show up to the party. You have to take action. If you don't, shame on you, right? We'll always be there. I will always show up to the party. We will always show up to the party. We're here for you, okay? So if you have any questions, definitely reach out. Hit us on the DM. I'll put up my this right here. Scan that QR code to lock in your spot for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If for whatever reason this is over and you see the video floating out there, go look for the video, find the QR code, lock it in, because that is my promise to you, all right? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, one-on-one mentoring, 6 weeks, up to 3 months of coaching. We're going to work with you to do deals, but once it's gone, it's gone. The video will be floating around, or it may not. Or it may have the deal, may have this video stripped from the internet, and so we don't have to honor it anymore, okay? but that is the plan. That's for spring awesomeness, I'm calling it, right? Because we have March Madness, spring awesomeness. What are we going to do for, what do we got? We got what's coming up next? May, June, right? And then we got July. July is always awesome, and there's a lot of deals that are going to be flying. Then getting ready to go into what? Yep, Halloween and fall. Some of your best deals are going to be in fall, winter. That's going to be an amazing, amazing time. So let's rock and roll. This is to the future. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. Thank you for watching all the way through. Definitely like, share, and love. We appreciate it. Remember, rock and roll in all that you do. Never, ever quit. Like I always say, right? A quitter never quits. And a quitter never quits in a winner. It's a long day. Here we go, right? A winner never quits. And shit, I just got a brain fart, right? Somebody on here want to text me the answer, right? A winner never quits, and a winner, shit, I can't even remember. Shit, I said it earlier today 4,000 or 5,000 times, but it's all right. Think I'm hungry. That's what I get. Got to eat that breakfast. I don't even like eating breakfast, right? But you know what I'm talking about. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Brain farts or not. It's live and uncut. Let's rock and roll. You know what you need to do. Scan that QR code. Let's rock and roll together, and let's do some deals together, okay? See what we got. Made in America. It's AHA, Americans helping Americans. One American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, the only program of its kind. That's right, where we train and mentor you one-on-one. Only company and that does that on the planet, right? Truly, I guarantee it, without giving up your right arm. Okay, the bottom line. And AMP Live Media, powered by AMP Live Media, media broadcasting and marketing company. Sponsored by VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence, right? Our resources are going to be your resources. Take advantage of it. I'm Eric Jimenez of the AMP Live Real Estate Show, your host for this whole AMP Live Real Estate Show. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I know people watch and share this stuff. We really appreciate this as we move into the future of 2025, 26, 27, 28. We're going to be here, knock on wood, and you will be too. I guarantee it, as long as you show up to the party every single day. You have to, right? Yeah, it's an awesome thing to wake up every day and have gratitude that you are awake and you get to see your family and you get to do and be alive on this beautiful planet that we have and be here in the United States of America. Right? So I know I'm as apple as what do you call it? American as apple pie. That is me. Fifth generation, fourth generation. Kids are fifth generation, right? I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than America. I get it. We're gonna go through the turmoil. It's like having a friend, right, or family member, right? No matter what, all the good and the bad and the ugly, you keep on rocking and rolling because it's family. You can't choose family, or you can't choose friends and family. I get it, but the bottom line is, remember, never give up. You never give up on your kids. No matter what, even if they do bad, good, doesn't matter because you love them, right? And the same thing with your country. Love your country, respect your fellow American, go out there and help your fellow Americans. Just do something nice for another fellow American, even if it's just a nice smile or a hello. Hey, how are you doing today? You know how that makes people feel? Amazing. You should try it. If they're having a bad day, here's my favorite one, and I'll leave you at this, right? A bad day, they're all gruff, they're all pissed off, and they're like, I'm gonna tell them, are you having a bad day today? Now, some will get pissed off, almost like they want to beat you up or or kill you, right? And I'll tell them, are you having a bad day? No, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm fine. No, what does that matter to you? Well, hey, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. Hope it gets better for you, and that's it. Smile and do your stuff and then walk away. Sometimes I'll say, hey, I'm gonna pray for you. You know what I mean? I'll pray for you. And not to be a holy roller, but sometimes they need a little love, right? They need a little smile. And the negative people too. You chop them down with PMA, positive mental attitude, 2 or 3 times, and eventually they'll convert. You say, yeah, I'm sorry, I just had a bad day. This is what's going on. Blah 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 blah. If you want to listen, great. If you don't, that's cool too. It doesn't mean you have to, right? If you can't kill them with kindness or give them positive mental attitude after 3 times, then it's time to move on. That person you're just not going to convince. You don't want that infection getting into your body, into your mind, and making it contagious. Okay, so I'll leave you with that positive mental attitude. Always, do unto others as they do unto you, and vice versa. Right? It's the golden rule. Right? That's the bottom line. You get to choose your battles. Read between the lines. See the forest through the trees, all that good stuff. But scan that QR code. Let's rock. I'm going to put the QR code with my information, that same token right there. Boom. You can jump on that. Scan that QR code. Let's chit chat. Let's talk. Let's see if we're a good fit, or just pick my brain. I don't care. Even if you don't come aboard, don't care. Do care. Want you to come aboard because I want to help you. But what I'm saying is that whatever your motives are, that's cool. Let's figure out how we can help you, or how you can help us. Maybe you're like, shit, man, I want to come and do acquisitions for you. I want to do dispo for you guys. I want to come work for you guys. Hey, I got this piece of software that's awesome, and can I share it with you? Of course. Let's do it. Whatever's on the table, podcasts, lives, anything that you want to bring to the table to bring value to us, awesome. Or if we can bring value to you, it's a beautiful, lovely thing. That's the philosophy, hopefully for the next 10, 15, 20 years. God allows me and us to stay alive that long, right? But, okay, so we're all good. Without further ado, rock and roll and all what you do. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Have a good day and have an awesome, safe weekend. tomorrow if you're around. Come on down. All right. Bye-bye.